my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Lance looking to throw it. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, back.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw with Lance. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And before the second down play. We'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Ready up.
1st and goal. A chance for an early statement here on the road.
Ready.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Young on 3rd down. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Okay, ready?
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
52 Blaster.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Sanders is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Here we go.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It's fielded at the 45. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Ready.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Young now from the 50. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders down to about the 23. The Panthers at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the 9-16. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll go again with Sanders. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On a jet sweep, here comes Chark. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. And
Young's throw there incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Young. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. The Lance going to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. He's got room past the 30, and he is out of bounds right around the 34. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now a dump off here complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Lance to throw it. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Lance.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot. The
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. That throw by Young incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ready.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Sanders. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Running right, here's Sanders. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll run at Sanders, and taken down just shy of the 40. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Let's go now. Shot, 17. Ready?
They'll try to throw now. Young. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Strikers, 3-3.
Throwing, Young. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try to get to the ball even faster.
Young to throw it. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They'll run with Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling this flag on that one.
On 1st and 10, Young dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. A give, running right, it's Hubbard. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Young. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Ready?
Here's Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Young. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance got an open man. It's McLeod. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Lance. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Young. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That throw by Young incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Now Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. This offense so far on third down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because we were grading them on their performance in this game. A lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that flag accepted.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Lance. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So the false start will back them up 5.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Lance now to throw.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 15. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return,
and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now a carry for Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get this down only to the 18. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Let's go, Clark. Black one.
Going for it with Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping them just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination,